What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Sean Diddy Combs, you are batting 0 to 3. Listen, the prosecution is on to you. And insiders are saying that that memo that he leaked, letting us know there were 9 tapes and Cassie was clearly enjoying herself, is nothing but a thinly veiled attempt to break up Cassie and her husband. Y'all, if these reports are true, and I 100% believe them, but who knows? If these reports are true, this lets us know literally Diddy has lost the plot. But I guess when all you got to do is bully the rats and roaches in prison, the only thing you can do is what? Try to break up your ex and her new man. Now, listen, where is this coming from? Well, for one, insiders are 100% saying that Diddy's memo about there being 9 videos and them needing to see the 9 videos and having images of 9 videos. And it shows Cassie was clearly enjoying herself. And it showed that Cassie wasn't a victim because she kept these 9 videos, not as evidence, not because she was planning to make Diddy pay one day, but for her own personal enjoyment. I know it's a disgusting defense, but it's one that I'm used to Diddy's team making. So where does that roll into anything? Well, you have to think, right? Diddy's been going on, or at least his surrogates, appears to be going on a coordinated effort to get a narrative out, right? We saw that with Chapo. We saw that with everybody else. Diddy and Cassie had a really toxic but loving relationship. That was the love of her life. He ain't do nothing to her, and Cassie is literally just trying to get a bag, unlike all the noble men that just sat there and took the abuse. That is literally their story. But they're also saying that I never saw him treat her crazy. She looked like she was 100% enjoying it. They're even bringing out SMEX workers. Now, mind you, he's had probably 500, but they're bringing out like 6 SMEX workers to be like, I can 100% believe, and I saw it, and it looked like she was enjoying herself. Okay, right? So that's actually what's going on. But the real thing is that everyone is talking about is the fact that this was Diddy's plot. Because I'll be real with you, him literally putting that in filing dockets when it should have been on a closed docket. The government even said you need to withdraw this and close the docket. Him being on that close filing something publicly, which will not be granted, has less than a 10% chance of being approved. You got to think, why did you do that? Why did you want us to know this? Because listen, one, you filed it, sources are saying you filed it to humiliate Cassie, right? But also because Diddy is very mad. He really does believe that Cassie enjoyed everything that she had to go through in her relationship. He truly believes that Cassie was his Bonnie to Clyde, and now her husband put her up to a paper chase in order to rob him of his freedom. He wants to make sure Cassie pays, which I get it, because as much as you tried to get Cassie away from that guy, she would not come. So you want to paint it like you think your wife loves you. You think this, you think that. Guess what? She was holding on to those 9 tapes, and not for her own enjoyment. And not because she wanted to get me, but because her own enjoyment. They even go so far as to say that the feds said that when Cassie turned over those tapes, it was under the agreement that no one would find out about them. Diddy's team, of course, found out about them, was sharing evidence, and then blasted out to the media that they do exist. Again, this wasn't good for Diddy, because at the end of the day, this is going to make the judge rule against you because you did the exact thing the judge told you to stop doing, which is making medical spectacles and releasing whatever evidence that the prosecution shares with you early. You're releasing it to the general public. They're be making a mockery out of the court, right? Again, the fact that Diddy really is so angry, he wants us to believe that Cassie kept those tapes as a romantic keepsake. And you got all the interviews talking about, oh my God, they gave it. I don't know. They look like two people in love to me. Mind you, this is from a man that I believe was arrested for sex trafficking out in Vegas. Okay, right? But even outside of that, there are a lot of Diddy surrogates, even his own lawyer, saying there was no abuse. It was a very toxic relationship, but he was also an abused person, basically. Now, why is this important? Well, it's important for a number of things, okay? For one, We need to remember something. Oh, also, shout out to anybody that has a story to tell about Diddy. I did a little research and I want everybody to know if you or a loved one are a victim of Diddy or even Diddy like crimes from Diddy or any other celebrities, don't forget that come, I believe, February 28th of 2025, that is the end of the look back window for the Gender Motivated Violence Act. So that means that anything that happened to you from 2000 to February 28th, 2025, you can actually sue them and hold them accountable. They are lifting the statute of limitations temporarily. You have until February 28th to get it filed. So I would suggest called Tyrone Blackburn, called Douglas Wigdor, right? I wasn't called Tony Busby, but he got a lot of cases. Tyrone Blackburn, they tried to bury him in court, and baby, he came out swinging, and all his cases are still moving forward. Douglas Wigdor has been very, very quiet on this, but regardless, you know the lawyers involved. Go on and call Tyrone, do what you need to do. Interestingly enough, too, remember I said that there are three things that's going wrong in Diddy's life. Let's also not forget that there's been a lot of news, speaking of Tyrone Blackburn, that Devontae Swing, he was a New Jack Swing icon. I believe he was in Jodeci, has been released from Liza Gardner's lawsuit. Now, if you guys don't remember, Liza Gardner bought a lawsuit against Diddy in in New York. It got dismissed. Diddy said it was a win. It was indeed not a win because it got filed in the correct place, which is New Jersey. She enjoined Devontae Swing because she feels like he helped Diddy lure her out there. They talked, well, whatever's going on, Devontae Swing has decided he has been released from the lawsuit. Now, here's the interesting thing. The streets are saying, why do you think that is? Do you think Diddy has something else to worry about? Do you think even though he got all his ducks in a row, what did Devontae give up, if anything, to actually get out of that lawsuit? Did he give a sworn affidavit? Did he flip on Diddy? Did he give them information that was going to make Diddy's case even harder? Again, Diddy is so busy trying to harass Cassie that he's not even thinking about what's going on in the outside world. Again, you guys, a lot going on. The third thing that Diddy, you know what? I can't even say the third thing yet because it's about to drop. Let's not forget, Diddy wanted the enterprise letter February 1st. That's a letter the feds give you whenever they're looking at what your co-conspirators are and the rest of your indictment. He wants to drop by February 1st. However, that's not going to happen. We can expect March 7th to see the co-conspirators. And again, now that it looks like people are being released from lawsuits, what did they give, if anything, to be released from those lawsuits? I don't know. I feel like Diddy has a lot to worry about, where the more the feds come in, the more Tyrone Blackburn circles, the more everybody applies pressure. I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to start singing like canaries in order to make sure that they are not bought down with Diddy. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think. Do you think that Diddy's attempt to tear up Cassie and to tear down Cassie's marriage and to tear down the marriage of actually Cassie and Alex, do you think that's going to work? Do you think that Devontae Swing actually gave information that's going to be detrimental to Diddy? And the third thing actually is coming, and it has to do with that enterprise letter. But all I got to say is, I feel like Janice Combs, I I don't know. I feel like something's coming down the road for Janice Combs. I could be wrong, but keep your eye on that space. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you later.